Tashdile to all our viewers. Welcome to Tibet This Week, a weekly feature in English about this week's news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration. Let's start with the news headlines first. Chilean parliamentary delegation calls on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, also visits Kashag Secretariat. A universal secular ethics is fundamental to human flourishing. His Holiness the Dalai Lama to museum directors and CEOs. Scientific innovations should benefit humanity. His Holiness the Dalai Lama at historic dialogue with Chinese scientists. Central Tibetan Administration launches flagship trilingual report titled Tibet was never a part of China, but the middle way approach remains a viable solution. Geneva Forum 2018, a forum on human rights situation in regions under the People's Republic of China, is being held in the lead up to China's third cycle of Universal Periodic Review. Central Tibetan Administration mourns the demise of true Tibetan patriot Kasur Gerrilodi Genzen. An 8-member Chilean parliamentary delegation consisting of Deputy Tomás Hirsch, Deputy Alejandro Bernales, and Fernando Salinas Manfredini, led by Deputy Vlado Miroshevich Verdego, Liberal Party of Chile, called on Tibetan spiritual leader, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, at his residence on Tuesday this week. The parliamentary delegation also held a meeting with members of Kashag and discussed Tibetan education policy and implementation of secular ethics curriculum in Tibetan schools. The Chilean delegation paid a visit to Tibetan cultural institutes, NGOs, and also met with members of Tibetan civil societies. The Tibetan spiritual leader delivered a talk on secular ethics to CEOs and directors of museums from the US and Germany at his residence in Dharamshala on Monday this week. Speaking on kindness and humanity, His Holiness reiterated that such secular ethics is strongly based on reason and common sense. Just as I do not want to suffer, the other human brother and sister also have the same desire and right. So, develop some sense of concern over their well-being. This is irrespective of whether you are a believer or not, believer of this faith or that. That's at the secondary level.
So now all these, what is source, what is the main cause of this problem is actually lack of moral principle. What is the moral principle? Not necessarily believe religion or God or Buddha, but simply, you see, on the basis of sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings, I do not want suffering. Other human brothers and sisters also is the same desire, same right. So develop some sense of concern of their well-being.
His Holiness also took upon the modern education system and its failures in providing holistic human education. Co-hosted by the Tibet Museum and the Office of Tibet based in Washington, D.C., a summit on fostering universal ethics and compassion under the guidance of His Holiness the Dalai Lama was held in Dharamshala on Monday this week. Around 35 museum directors, CEOs, and educators from across the US and Germany have expressed their deep interest and have signed up to take part in discussions pertaining to promotion of secular ethics through the museums in the United States. In the next news, the first ever dialogue between the Tibetan spiritual leader and Chinese scientists on quantum effect is being organized by the Dalai Lama Trust from 1st to 3rd November in Dharamsala. Addressing at the extraordinary occasion alongside Nobel laureate Professor Yuan Tse Li, His Holiness said that the meeting between the Tibetan and Chinese scholars was most appropriate and meaningful given the religious and cultural proximity shared by the two people. His Holiness reiterated Tibetans' steadfast commitment to remain within the People's Republic of China, but with their religious, cultural, and basic rights ensured. His Holiness further spoke about the importance of dialogue as a means of contributing something to the future of humanity by enabling each tradition to benefit from the other. His Holiness observed that while not everyone accepts religion anymore, scientific findings have a more universal appeal. Therefore, the other purpose is to draw attention to the importance of warm-heartedness and compassion and to discuss how to educate people these values from a secular point of view. In an encouraging development, on Monday this week, the Department of Information and International Relations of Central Tibetan Administration launched a flagship trilingual report titled "Tibet was never a part of China, but the middle way approach remains a viable solution." The report, published in Tibetan, English and Chinese languages, was unveiled by Professor Anand Kumar, a socialist and a reformer, and Dr. Lobsang Singye, President of CTA, at an event held at India International Centre, New Delhi. Addressing the gathering, Professor Anand Kumar lauded the efforts of CTA to bring about an authentic handbook and said, "Tibetan reality is a mirror to those who believe in Chinese notion of socialism. This notion is a failed one." Pointing to the rights violations that pervade Tibet under the Chinese occupation, Dr. Singye affirmed that 152 self-immolations in Tibet evince the fact that Tibet is not a socialist paradise and that Tibetans are not masters in their own land. 4 days ahead of China's third cycle of Universal Periodic Review, the Department of Information and International Relations of Central Tibetan Administration and Office of Tibet Geneva is jointly organizing a forum titled Geneva Forum 2018, Forum on Human Rights Situation under or in regions under the People's Republic of China. Today, that is 2nd November 2018 in Geneva. The forum is expected to serve as a rallying point ahead of the UPR proceedings. China will be reviewed by UN member states on November 6, 2018. The forum, taking place in the lead up to UPR, will deliberate on the human rights situations within the PRC, particularly in areas of freedoms and surveillance, securitization, censorship, monitoring of online activity, while questioning the challenges to the UN human rights institutions and mechanisms in engaging with China. Outcomes from the forum will include recommendations on how to ensure China is made accountable under the UN Human Rights Council mechanisms and treaty bodies, thereby bringing about redressal of the rights violations prevalent in regions under the PRC rule. In a sad development, Kasur Geriloti Genzen, the former special envoy for His Holiness the Dalai Lama and former member of the Kashag, who spearheaded the historic Sino-Tibetan dialogue through the 9 rounds of high-level talks, passed away at the age of 69 on Monday this week. The Central Tibetan Administration held a prayer service in his honor. Compatriots and friends of Tibet from all over the world offered an overwhelming outpour of condolences and grief. Offering his condolences, President Dr. Lobsang Singye paid tribute to late Lodi Gyari in a somber statement. He said, "Today, we say goodbye to a true Tibetan patriot." Lodi Gyari Rinpoche dedicated his entire life serving Tibet and the Tibetan people. He was a trailblazer and leaves behind a lasting legacy of public service. We are eternally grateful to his distinguished service. One of the tallest figures in the Tibetan political movement, Lodi Gyari Rinpoche had given a lifetime of service to His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the people of Tibet. That's all for this week. Have a great weekend.